What's happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL Vision. I hope you are doing awesome today. We have an unboxing to do for you guys. I am carrying my Brian Brown knives, Jaeger M, with some Zircuti, zirconium, and DLC'd hardware. Love this guy, non-flipper version. So, getting back to the package. This is a brand new company, a brand new Chinese company. They have one model, two versions of that model, and it is about $10. And you might be asking, why do I have this knife and why do I have it on the channel? Well, I will review any knife pretty much. And I told them when they got a hold of me, I would do an honest first impressions unboxing, and I would do an overview on it, and I will test it out also, because I have lots of guys who ask me if I will check out budget knives, let them know how they are. That way they can make a good decision. I'm sure they're an Amazon affiliated company, and I'm sure there will also be a lot of other people who will look this knife up and wonder about it, and they might hop on YouTube to see if there is a video on it. So that is something that I plan on giving everyone here today. And I believe it is pronounced Kexmo. It's Kexmo. I think it's Kexmo, but it might be Kexmo. I'm not 100% sure on that. I wasn't able to find that out because the communication is I'm asleep when they're awake, and they are sleeping when I'm awake. So it's hard to get a dialogue really going with them, especially through email. So basically, they sent this knife in, said, give it your honest first impressions or whatever. And, just to be clear that it's a $10 knife. So I am excited, though. I'm hoping that it is built well and it comes with a good edge. I'm hoping all those things, for $10, you can't expect $100, $200 knife. That's just the way things go. There is a little receipt and some information on the knife, and then it does come well packaged with some bubble wrap in a nice box, and then there is your box with the knife in it. So this will be your typical regular old box that a lot of budget knives do come in. There you can see the spelling, and I believe it's Kexmo or Kexmo, and they don't have a name for the knife yet. It's just Kexmo pocket knife, and you may have seen these on Amazon. I wasn't sure which one I was getting. They have one with the black blade and black bolster, and then which I have here, and then they also have a satin finished blade and satin finished bolster. That is it for what is in the box. It has been a long time since I have held a knife like this. So they do give you an information card here with all your specs and details. So we'll go over some of that stuff. Let's open this up. I'll move that out of the way. It does come packaged up in some plastic wrap. So there we have it, nice and oiled up. And I know we took a little bit to get into this guy, but I wanted to have some clarification and some background before we got into this. Some people like to yell at me for taking some time to explain some things. I know some people just want to get right into what is the knife, what's it look like, that sort of thing. But in certain cases, I think some background information is, a good thing. And so it's slightly off-centered, a touch to the clip side, but not not horribly. So you do have wood handled inlays here, and this is going to be steel. They do some different dimpling and milling work there. This is going to be a tip down only on the left side. So your lock side, you will not be able to carry this lefty, and you will not be able to carry it tip down. Tip up. This is going to be tip down carry only, and I think partially that's due to the use of this knife, or the intended use for this knife. It's supposed to be a more tactical side of things, so that way you can kind of pull it right out and actuate it, basically, I think is the idea. You do have dual thumb studs and a flipper tab here. We'll go ahead and give it a flick. They included a tungsten glass breaker on there, which is actually pretty sharp. Seems pretty well finished. The clip has pretty good retention. Let's give it a flick and see what happens here. I can't tell if that's assisted. It is. Is it? I think it is assisted, which I wasn't aware that this was assisted. Yeah. Yeah, it's assisted. You can feel it. I wasn't sure if that had just a hell of a strong detent or if it was assisted. So, the steel that you are getting with this guy is actually 3CR13. So, you know, it's not a no-name steel. It's actually 3CR, which isn't, you know, it's not a super steel. It's meant for being tough and easy to sharpen in the field. This is really out of my element as far as what I normally get in and what I normally look at. But I know there are people out there who will be interested in such a thing. Somebody who doesn't want to spend a bunch of money on a pocket knife, but they want something, they want a pocket knife. And that's the main gist of it. The lockup is right around 35 to 40%, which is not bad at all. Jimping on the liner, good access to the liner. Thumb studs work good. Flipper tab works good. There's no grittiness or anything like that, which is typically expected in a cheaper knife, you know, $10, $15. This is actually, aside from the assist, it's very smooth. So that is, you know, that's a good thing. Keeping things clean. It's oiled up. This is coated, so it shouldn't have much corrosion issues. The clip has good retention. I do like these wood inlays. It's open construction. You have two standoffs. And I'm not sure, this might be removable, but I'm not sure about that. It looks like it might be removable. You do have a almost 3.5 inch blade. It's like 3.4. The total knife is almost 8.5, I believe it said. So yeah, to the tungsten glass breaker, you're looking at 8.5. Getting rid of that, you're at about 8.25. And for total length, you're at like 3.75. Cutting edge is just about 3.5. It is a weighty bugger. coming in at 5.6 ounces. So it's definitely got some heft to it. And I think from what I read on the website for this, the information, they intended on it to be overbuilt, durable, you know, and that's the thing with these. They went with steel liners, like a hard use, cheaper end steel. These are rosewood inlays. The hardware looks like T6 on the pocket clip, T8 on the pivot, and then it's going to be T6 for everything else. So T8 on the pivot. It is not going to have a D-shaped pivot or anything like that. I gave this a quarter turn and it actually crispened up that detent. I wonder if we can straighten this out. Yeah, there it is, centered there. Now how's the action? Yeah, see that kind of... Lockup seems good. There's no play. It wants to work itself back to that place. It probably needs taken apart and readjusted. It's just, I mean, a hair off center. You can see there. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a touch off. You know, for trying to remember to keep things in perspective like we always do. $10. I don't know what critiques I could really say or give. First, I mean, we could start with the blade. You know, if you wanted to do the fuller, I'd leave the fuller, but you know, just keep it a solid piece here. You know, get rid of the holes. Probably do away with the glass breaker. It would, you know, even if it has some utility to it, but I would say the chances of someone ever needing that are very slim. Very, very slim. Now, would it come in handy, you know, if you crashed into a river and you needed to break out your window, or if there was a fire, you know, that sort of thing? Yeah, but the chances of that happening are very slim. I would say give the option, send it with it, and give the option to put it on there if you would want. I would also say, you know, make a model that's not assisted. Put some bearings. This might have bearings. It looks like nylon washers with bearings in there. You know, so make a de-assisted version as well. Also, make this a little... Now, they really went overboard. You know, they wanted to make sure this was not going to break or come undone, which I can appreciate that. I would probably go to 2, and I would make it so you can at least flip it, so that way you can carry it tip up. The finishing seems good. There's no rough edges. The transitions are, you know, they're pretty good. Everything looks very well finished. The edges have been chamfered off. You can kind of see the layering there in the scales. it's fairly comfortable in hand. Fairly comfortable. Another redesign cue that they could go with as well is to get rid of the flipper tab and mill this out and give like a 50-50 choil in here and keep it a thumb stud. That would also, you know, they designed a tactical knife here. That's what they were going for. And I could see it being useful for that, you know, as a budget-ended approach to that. If you're just looking for just a knife that you want to cut with, you know, something that's going to hold up, that's durable, easy to sharpen, that's one of the main pros to like a 3CR, a 5CR. They're easy to sharpen in the field. They're pretty tough. The edge retention is minimal, but very easy to sharpen. It's tough stuff. Corrosion resistance is, you know, it's decent. If it's coated, it's going to be even better. The other thing that I read on the specs for Kexmo is they guarantee these for the lifetime of the knife. So, or they give you a lifetime guarantee. So, that's something there worth noting, that they do give you a lifetime guarantee. So, if you buy this and you have an issue or something happens, whatever, they do have a lifetime warranty on these guys. So, there's that. That's a very big pro. The question that I am interested in is, are they going to be making other models? Are they going to be willing to listen to feedback? Are they going to take that feedback and put it into their knives? That's my question. Because I don't know what direction they're going in. It's hard to review something in that aspect. I can review this as it sits, but I would also like to know what their intentions are. Where are they going? Where are they trying to go? What are they trying to do? That's my main things. You know, are they trying to come up with more models? Are they willing to take feedback and put it into the knives? That sort of thing. That's my questions for them, and I'm sure I will be in touch with them because I'm interested. You know, I love knives, and, you know, new companies are going to pop up, and I think there's definitely a place for companies to make a well-built knife, you know, with decent materials at the $10, $15, $20, $25, $30 mark. There's definitely a market for it. I mean, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people out there would rather just spend $10, $15, you know, $10 to $30. They don't want to spend more than that. They just want something that can cut and is going to hold up for a decent amount of time. And that's where I think this aims at. So let's see what kind of edge they put on this guy. Oh, all right. That's pretty damn good. Not bad at all. I don't feel any snags. It actually looks, the edge looks pretty good. It looks even. It's definitely got some bite to it. Very toothy. It is impressive. You would not expect this to come with a good edge. So I mean, the little design cues that I look for, they pretty much, you know, a knife needs to cut first and foremost when you get it out of the box. The factory edge must be good. They did that. You know, aesthetics and all that sort of thing. Is it comfortable? It is pretty damn comfortable. Can you open it easily? Yeah, you can. With the thumb studs on both sides and the flipper tab, you can. You do have good access to the liner with jimping, so it's easy to disengage and close it up. I would prefer a non-assisted version of this knife, and I think I would like it even better. For 10 bucks, I would say if you're in the market for, you know, in this price range, it's pretty good. It's good for 10 bucks. You're getting an actual named 3CR steel. You're getting some semblance of good build quality. There's some things that could be better, yes. So I want to see where they're trying to go, what they're trying to do. Some internal milling would have been good on them steel scales. You know, some square or triangular pockets for some weight relief. I bet this could easily go down to 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces. I bet they could take an ounce plus off this thing with some milling. So it's a touch butt heavy, like just a touch. So, you know, you make some weight relief in there and you would actually have a more balanced knife as well. But it's pretty good. Where was that? Right there. So, I mean, that's about where you want it. It is a little butt heavy, though. So, that is the Kexmo pocket knife. $9.99, 3CR, full steel liners, steel bolster, rosewood scales. They have 2 versions. If you're in the market for something like this, $10, $15, it's worth checking out. You know, if you're not in that price range, if you're above that, well, then this isn't for you. Otherwise, I think it seems well made. The edge came good. That is very nice. I would say a few small tweaks, and this could be, you know, and it would save them some work too. Some tweaks, and this could be a pretty damn good $10 knife. But as it sits, it's good. I think it's a good to go $10 flipper for sure. That'll do it for this one, guys. I hope this helps someone along the way. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. I will catch you on the next one.